Frasier Season 2 offers the simplest way to resurrect Niles Crane, and I'm imploring Kelsey Grammer and David Hyde Pierce to do it. In preparation for the Paramount Plus revival's return, I've been rewatching the original Frasier. When the news of the revival broke, I felt both anxious and exhilarated. The original Frasier had a legacy to uphold, and despite the large number of revivals in subsequent years, the success rate is rather low. I was concerned that this new iteration might tarnish what the parent series had done. While the Frasier reboot needs to work harder to reach the same storytelling heights as its predecessor, there was clearly room for improvement. However, continuing the Paramount Plus comedy emphasizes Niles' absence. Niles' Frasier revival absence explained. I understand why Frasier's scene-stealing sibling isn't in the revival. I've covered most of the updates on the subject over the years, from Grammer's initial comments about starting the project to Pierce's response when asked why he isn't involved in the new venture. As much as I'd like Niles to clean the chairs at Mahoney's and tease Frasier's awful new look, I understand why the actor refuses to return. For those who need a refresher, Pierce's decision has several layers. While I appreciate these justifications, I feel that Pierce's refusal to appear in the Frasier revival stems from his conviction that the show is unnecessary. The actor maintains that he does not want to just recreate his performance in the Seattle series as Niles, no matter how good it was. This aligns with his aspiration to explore new ventures following the conclusion of the original Frasier series in 1994. Committing to a 10-episode resurrection season will make that difficult. While I appreciate these justifications, I feel that Pierce's refusal to appear in the Frasier revival stems from his conviction that the show is unnecessary. Pierce declared in 2017 that Frasier was a product of its era and should not undergo a revival. At the time, the actor seemed convinced that the rest of those engaged in the original film felt the same way. He was unaware that Roseanne's reappearance on ABC would inspire Grammer to bring the Cranes back the following year. Pierce's Niles could be Frasier's surprise caller in Season 2's Seattle episode. Just because I understand his reasons for not wanting to be in the Frasier revival does not mean I'm abandoning my desire to see Niles again. This is why I was happy when the actor appeared to change his mind about participating in the Paramount Plus project. In a 2024 interview, Pierce said that he is willing to feature in the new Frasier, but only if his role is limited. I would prefer Niles to be a more consistent presence in Frasier's life, but this is far superior to his previous stand on the subject. As a result, I thought out the greatest and easiest route for him to return in Frasier Season 2. Why being a caller is the most simple way for the Frasier revival to address Niles' absence. Having Niles phone in for a quick but important talk with Frasier on the air can be one of the most moving moments of the Paramount Plus journey thus far. Aside from that, it's also the simplest way to bring Pierce back. While the actor has stated that he is willing to make a one-time appearance, having him record a few lines for Frasier Revival Season 2 is a far easier method to incorporate the character into the tale. The low-effort cameo will address the lingering question of why the brothers spend so little time together following Martin's death. Another thing I like about this approach is that it still allows the new Frasier to make a proper return for Niles in potential future seasons. Currently, incorporating Pierce's return into an episode already jam-packed with guest stars is not a good idea. Knowing how important the Cranes reunion will be, Paramount Plus must make the most of the time they plan to spend with Niles.